So when I went into college, it was really a question of and it was like that threshold moment of, am I going to chase my dreams or am I going to do things that are responsible? And up to that point, I had always kind of stayed within that cattle chute of doing things that were responsible, regardless of what I wanted to do. And so I don't want to say it was an easy decision, but it was kind of a natural decision to say, I'm not going to follow my dreams and passions. I'm going to do something that's responsible. And so I did the responsible thing. And because that was habit from the time I was in elementary school, I knew I could excel in that environment. And so I went into college, and when I went into university, I was pursuing a major I had no interest in whatsoever. And I knew I was going to be good at it because I could be good at school even when I didn't have interest in it. And what was really interesting is when I found out when I got into college is the college actually made an exception for me because I didn't meet certain minimum thresholds for them. And so I went through a series of interviews before they admitted me. And I remember talking to other classmates freshman year, like, hey, how was your interviews? And they're like, we weren't interviewed. Like, nobody gave us an assessment. And when I got there, I knew I was going to kick ass. And I did. And I just missed the top 5% of my class when I graduated. And it was one of those things where, yes, I could excel. And yes, I could achieve this objective goal. But my heart wasn't in it. I had zero passion. And by the end of my senior year, I was finally allowed to take one elective course that was in my line of interest, which was a drawing class. And I crushed it to the point where the professor pulled me aside and was like, what are you doing here? Like, what is your major? Why are you even here? And I explained the story, and I remember him saying, like, you're going to regret this. And it was such a very compassionate and kind, you're going to regret this. And it kind of stuck with me a little bit. And then when I graduated college and it was time to, now it's time to be a grown-up, and use that degree, I had zero desire to do that. And so, again, I reverted back to wanting to help people. And when I looked at what I could do, it was like, okay, I'd really like to pursue teaching. And there was a little thought in my mind that I wanted to look at law enforcement on the business side of things. And ultimately, that's where I kind of ended up in a very kind of, tangential way. But yeah, so when I got through college and that threshold decision was all about responsibility. It gave zero credence to my own interests and my own desires.